All right, what's up, y'all? So last night I got this stuff in my eyes. It's this gel so I can keep my eyes moist and from burning and overheating. And all of a sudden I get this weird notion to check my phone. And looking through this stuff is just like looking through consistently shifting glass underwater in the daytime with the sun in your eyes. It ain't easy. You got to hold the phone real close and then everything becomes magnificently clear. And that probably was the worst part, because what became clear was it said Tessa Blanchard wins the Impact Championship. And I'm thinking, okay, so they renamed the knockouts to Impact Champion. Well, yeah, lo and behold, yeah, it's their main title, their primary title. Because, all companies got to have that one primary title. And I watched the clip, and it's her versus Sami Callihan. And I thought, oh, fuck, Sami Callihan. The death machine. Because that's what he is. He had a promotion. Probably do, probably don't, I don't know. I don't follow him like that because I really don't care about Sami Callihan. He sucks. I used to actually kind of liked him a little bit in New Japan Pro Wrestling, but he keeps proving he ain't worth a shit. He won't stop doing that. He won't change what he do, who he is, his mindset, his thinking. He's really, he, oh my goodness, he and X ought to just get together and just do a bunch of hardcore matches, Just get all the hardcore people together, let them have their own company. And then they can just do hardcore stuff. And they can have and have all 2,000 or 3,000 fans that just jump up and down happy about hardcore stuff, paying like $5 and $6 for tickets. Anyway, so I see this stuff, and I'm looking at the closing of the match, and the way they looked going on the being an innocent mind of pro wrestling, it looked like it must have been a hard fought match. That's what it looked like going on the snippets. Problem, it's hard for me to see it that way. So it shows her land a Canadian destroyer. Problem, she wasn't in control of that. Sami was. Usually the one receiving that move is in control of that. The magic is they're not supposed to look like they're in control. The one delivering the move looked like she have all the momentum. It's like they should have all the energy going into that move. So instead, it usually what's done now is it looks, the Canadian destroyer doesn't look the way the originator made it look, P.D. Williams. Oh no, it don't look the way he did it. And people helped him, get that move over, and it was great. No, now it looks like somebody's trying to counter maybe a power bomb and then try to do a shoulder throw or a back body drop, but the person holds on and then they just kind of just jump backwards and drop on their head. Like the person delivering the move just does not look like they're in control of it at all, period. And that's the problem. And if you can't make it look like the one delivering it is in control of it, do something else. There's no need to keep working the same thing that don't look good. Give it up. It's all good. Your ego ain't worth it. All right, just let it go. But she delivers the Canadian destroyer. Just going on that, she delivers the Canadian destroyer, and Sami does what? Get up. It's one thing to take a pile driver. And you might, if you are built as that type of wrestler, slowly but surely get up. Unless you are natural, no-selling level of wrestler like the Road Warriors were, where Hawk would take a pile driver and just stand up like, what's your problem? Because that's what they were built as, and it was believable because that's what they were built as. When you are these two, you're not going to take a pile driver and pop up and look at somebody like you're nothing. No, you lay there and you deal with it. You get pinned. It's a powerful move. So when someone takes a destroyer, as I've seen in CMLL and some others, and they get up, That's a problem with me, and it makes me not even want to watch that stuff. Because at that moment, it becomes garbage wrestling. You don't take a powerful move like that and get up. You don't see somebody getting up immediately off of Stan Hansen's lariat. You know, you didn't see anyone get up immediately off of Devil Masami's SSD. You didn't see anyone getting up off the Frankensteiner like it was nothing. You know, no one just popped up off a Steiner line. You know, no one ever did that stuff. No. But this is a flipping pile driver, and people flipping get up. That's the problem. And not only did he get up, now was it slow? Yeah, but he shouldn't have got up, period. Then he gets up, wobbles into the direction of the rope that she's on. Then she does what's more commonly seen in CMLL is to jump off the middle rope. Sometimes people go excited and get to the top rope, jump off, land into the standing head scissors, and then it looks like it's a rebound recoil effect off the mat into the flip. Okay, so she gets that, and then she covers 1, 2, 3. Now, here's the thing, Tessa Blanchard, she, on the innocence of wrestling, she looked exceedingly polished. I've not seen a Tessa Blanchard match because I don't watch the shit that she's in anyway. But that little snippet, that little Twitter snippet at the end for the end of the match, Tessa looked beautiful. But she put herself in a garbage match. The TNA Impact Championship, that is a man's title. And I'm not saying women shouldn't have belts, but it's garnered as a men's championship belt. The women have their own division. That's the knockout belt. Going for this anyway. That's what they have. All right. Stay in your lane. It's very important to stay in your lane. Because when you are in your lane, there is no traffic. Just you. So now you got the current Impact Knockouts champion, Taya Valkyrie, who 6 days before defeated Tessa Blanchard. And now you got Tessa Blanchard, who was defeated going for the Impact World Championship and defeating Callahan, a dude nonetheless, as much of a dude as he is. Yeah, I don't have anything good to say about Sammy because he probably helped book this dumbass match. The staffing or whatever at TNA allowed this crap because they don't know wrestling. There's a bunch of indie people probably running the show, which is probably why they fell so hard, so far, so fast, and they're hitting jagged areas on the way down to the ground right now. They're going to hit rock bottom. At some point, they're going to build themselves out by getting rid of all this crap and doing things right, or they're going to just fold, become defunct, just like any other little indie promotion that people just give up on because they start to say, wait a minute, I want to see some professional wrestling. So Sami Callihan lost to the female that lost to the current Knockouts champion. So that says easily Taya Valkyrie should just go ahead, drop the women's title, and go for this male championship and defeat the one she's already beat, Tessa Blanchard. That's how that should roll. This means the men done lost their title, the women got it, and if you're trying to turn TNA into a women's division only and slowly root out the guys, this is a good way to do it. It is. It's a smart way to do it because you're making that transition. That is something that they're not doing. I know they're not doing it. So this right here, TNA literally overkilled their own major championship. They killed it. They destroyed every iota of possible legitimacy that title could have possibly had. They just killed it. There is nothing left. Sami Callihan or any other dude should not be going for the Impact Knockouts Championship. That's a woman's belt. Stay in your lane. Women should not be going for the men's belt. Men should not be going for the women's belt. Stay in your lane. Because that's where you drive best. And when you cross lanes, you got people that don't use their left and turn signals. And that means someone behind them or next to them gets confused and you got a car accident and then you got a pile of bullshit on the damn road. That's what happened. And that's what's happening right now. Currently, Tessa Blanchard has held the title for one day. She won it January 12th. And I don't think this is smart. I don't think it's wise. I think it's crap. And if a guy had won the women's championship, I'd be saying the exact same thing. Because a guy should not be winning a woman's title. And if TNA was smart, if they were ran by somebody that had some intelligence, they wouldn't have needed this in the first place. They would have had a women's X division. They would have had women's tag team titles. They would have had the women also competing on a higher level. They would have had the women competing properly, like wrestlers and not ballerinas. And they would have had the women trained by women that know their stuff. Tessa Blanchard would be exactly one of them. And they would rise to the occasion. And they would take hold of the main events in TNA, showing that the women got it too. Because when it comes down to it, it ain't about a man should be seen as better. It's about which ones perform the best in that ring on certain given nights. And if the women are outperforming the men, it won't be because it's a gender thing or a sex thing. It'll be a performance thing. That's how it would best be done. So then you can alter which titles are seen in your main events. That's the point of it. But they aren't going to do that because they got people taking advice, obviously from how it seems, from Sami Callihan and other indie stars. I can go further and talk about who posted the tweet, but the last time he was in the ring was 2009. He was a 5-year indie wrestler, and I'm like, and he was so excited. So excited. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and quote what I said, because he was happy, talking about the crowd jumping up and down, didn't you see it and stuff. I can't remember, I cannot find his tweet, maybe he took it down, but he talking about people were excited, you should have seen it, such and such. I said, no one, I saw the clip, I said no one was jumping in the crowd. TNA just overkilled their own title. It's not about the hype at the moment. It's about the thoughts when all have calmed. And that's just it, everybody. When you calm down from it and you start thinking about it, like, oh man, that was dumb. Yeah, she shouldn't have done that. People don't. That's why wrestling companies, the number one goal is never take advice from the fans. Do what's best for the business, and the business was exceedingly psychological. I mean, way more than you'd ever know. You have to know the crowd, play the crowd properly with certain matches and outcomes to hype them up, and the certain match going into, I guess, what you would call the blow-off match. And that's not what this is. This was just junk. There's no proper build for it. Nothing. TNA really just, screwed the pooch with no condom, no lube, just raw damn dog. And that sucks. Because while this might kind of look good on Blanchard's history in the long run, might look good, it's just more crap TNA gonna have to deal with. And people, if they knew what they wanted, this wouldn't have happened, and nobody would have been cheering by any means. As soon as the match was booked, people would have been like, I'm not even watching this. But people don't have standards. They have laughs, they have cheers, they have jeers, but they don't have standards. And because people don't have standards, they don't care what you do so long as they get a laugh or a cheer or a jeer out of it. And even those are sometimes, if not most of the time, not even honest. So don't listen to the fans. Listen to people that know exactly what to do with a pro wrestling company. That's really all I got to say about this. So with that said, nothing to wait for. This ain't my regular show. But please leave your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe. That's if you like it, share it. If you don't, I get it. But it's all right to comment. I'll take your words. I'll listen to them or, read them. And probably, I might upvote it, might heart it, might just respond to it or do a video on it. But either way, let's communicate. Peace.